Welcome everybody, and I wanna discuss today in my first cryptocurrency video about an issue that I've been having, and I noticed that a lot of people have been having this same issue. Well, the main issue is that some countries, like where I live in, it's not so easy, and sometimes it's impossible to trade on an exchange. For example, Coinbase or Kraken or Sexio and Binance and many other different exchanges out there. So sometimes I have to use an exchange third-party service. And today I want to talk about a very big problem that a lot of people have been tweeting about. And I'm talking about the Changelly service. I remember 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, when I just started going back into cryptocurrency, and I want to hold some Bitcoin. So I bought in US dollars, and it worked fine, and I got my transaction in around 30 minutes. So I didn't have any issue with them back then, and I've been using them on and off since. But the recent market boom that has been happening ever since have really made the entire blockchain system or technology to clog, and that means there are like 300,000 transactions being happening right now, and it takes so much time for each transaction to even get approved, or multiple approval by miners. And if I knew that, I wouldn't exchange my my Bitcoin Cash. I mean, what I did is I went to Changelly. It was like two days ago, and I exchanged my Bitcoin Cash into BTC because I was holding some Bitcoin Cash when Coinbase like went out and exposed and said that Coinbase is now is having Bitcoin Cash has a trading option on their exchange. So ever since the Bitcoin Cash exploded, and now it's back to where it was. But I made some money on that Bitcoin Cash statement, and I had no idea I had to exchange it back to Bitcoin. So I used Changelly again because that's the only option I have. I have no one outside of my country to help me. So I exchanged it. You can see this transaction. I just hid some parts of it. So I exchanged a very small amount of BTC, around plus minus $80. And it's like I got this receipt in 21 of December, and now it's 23. And if you click on the output transaction, it should go to blockchain, but transaction is not found. So I was like, what's going on? Like, where is my transaction? And I started to dig around the web, checking different kind of blockchain search tools, and I managed to find this block cipher. And you can see that the transaction was received 9 hours ago. Now, Changelly says that the transaction confirmation may take a few hours, but in my case, it's been like 2 days. But the problem is that it's not that it's going to take a few hours. Is that the service claims to have a very low fees. At least that's what they claim. And it seems that what they don't, I guess this is my opinion, but what they don't say is that they probably use a very low amount of Satoshi when they create the transaction. Now, the Satoshi level means that they can reduce the fee that is being paid to miners, but that would take a very long time. Like, you can see that miner preference is very low, and if I refresh this one, I should get, let's see, it used to be 5%, now it's now it's like 8%, and still it's very, very low. There is no confirmation on this block, and you can see there are a lot of people who are waiting for the money to be transferred. Now, it came from the same input, so I guess that this wallet is from Changelly, because I am on this list. But the problem is not that it's gonna take a few days, but the problem is that they do not communicate with us, the consumers. They're like ticket service. Like I filed a ticket 2 days ago and still no answer. Their support is probably exploding, but the problem is that you could use Twitter just to tell your consumers, like, okay, it's gonna be a few days, but not few hours, because their Satoshi levels are so low that it's very, very, very low preference for miners to even start working on this block. And that's really disappointing. And I've been talking with people around Twitter, and some of them don't even know what's going on, So I tweeted about it, and I'm making this video just to make sure people understand that some services, although they have a great service overall, even like Shapeshift, the problem is that, Shapeshift is a bit faster. I guess they use higher fees. Sometimes if I exchange $90, I will get 60 back, which is bad. But at least you'll get it in like 20, 30 minutes, plus minus given. But here it's like 2-3 days, even 4 or 5. So yeah, it's problematic. I don't know if Changelly is doing that because the Bitcoin blockchain is very clogged. I don't know if they reduced it because they noticed that that's the best they can do for their consumers. But if that's what's happening all the time, I think they have to raise their fees. There is no other way. But the service become unresponsive, quote unquote. And yeah, it's a problem. So I guess it will be somehow changed by Changelly team. I don't know, but it's something that we need to see. In any case, I'll wait for this transaction to happen. In the meanwhile, I will look at the big red days that's going on. It's a very good trend down. It's healthy for the Bitcoin community to show that there are people who are not always greedy, but there are some people who really like to take the money and run, which is good for us because now we can collect coins on the dip. As you can see, there's green here. I guess it's the pattern is going to be another run up to this direction, or maybe like this. So expect really, really, really good 2018 year for cryptocurrency. And I hope you enjoy the next boom in Bitcoin. But the blockchain is still problematic right now. In my opinion, it makes no sense to even use Bitcoin. But I mean, it's not like other coins are better. Even Bitcoin Cash and gold or whatever, everybody has their own version of blockchain, or like Ethereum, it's a different, technology, but it's all the same. The amount of users on a service is so high that the backbone just fails. But I like Bitcoin. I like to use its implementations. A lot of stores, you don't have to take your money. You can use it as a coin in different stores to buy stuff. You don't have to take your money. And yeah, I hope 2018 is going to be an amazing year in cryptocurrency. It's still red, but everybody will probably start to catch up with Bitcoin. You can see everybody starting to go a little bit higher. So you can go to, let's see, crypto market cap, and you can see 44.5 BTC dominance. So whenever Bitcoin goes up, the others follow. So at least we know that Bitcoin is still in the lead. And in the meanwhile, I want to discuss about my Hashflare account. I have a 6.03 terahash. It gives me around plus minus 11.7 USD per day. That depends on the Bitcoin prices, of course. But my plan is to raise it to at least 13 terahash, and it's not like I buy Hashflare rate all the time. I actually reinvest and try to make as much profit from the system itself. But I really like Hashflare. They raised their minimum prices. I used to, when I wanted to buy a 3 terahash, it used to cost like $440, but now it's higher. But I guess it's something that will be resolved in the future, because Hashflare is running out of hardware, and they're trying to maximize their profit as much as possible. But yeah, I really like them. I will keep using them in the future. For now, the withdrawal amount is still 0.05 BTC, so it doesn't matter. Really for me, but I hope everybody will make their money on this system, which is nice. And yeah, that's all for today. I sound a little bit sleepy, but it's really late here, so hopefully this block will get confirmed and I'll get my money on blockchain, and everybody will be happy. But so far, there's still some time to go. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.